Subnautica is one of my favourite games of all time, and for so long I've been looking for something to fill that Subnautica-shaped hole in my heart. Even the sequel couldn't quite scratch that itch, but you know, I'm looking forward to the other sequel. I'd seen this game pop up numerous times in the similar to games you've played section of Steam. Caught my eye, thought it looked goofy, intriguing. I figured, hey, why not? The world is extremely bright, cartoony, and varied, being flung in and slowly unveiling all the funky creative creature designs and different kinds of environments really sucked me in. I've been playing so many games with an analytical eye recently, but I decided to just let loose and sink my teeth into this game and really appreciate it. Take my time, take it slowly, and I'm glad I did. You collect different elements: carbon, silicon, aluminium, or aluminum if you're American, and alien alloy. You gradually discover one after the other, and I'm glad it capped out at 4. Having a painstaking crafting system and a million different items to make would only bog the game down, in my opinion. You start in this little glacier area, which immediately transitions to this, which is just oh so inviting. You see the giant skeletal remains and the funky little puffer birds, and just know you're in for an awesome journey to the Savage Planet. Travel a little further, find these things. I don't even, yeah, it's bizarre. Really, travel any distance and every area looks somewhat different than the last. It makes the exploration feel a lot more rewarding when it's just pure eye candy, which this game absolutely is. And something I love in games of this nature that this game nails is when you slowly unlock more traversal options. So when you start, you can only run and jump. Your stamina regenerates quite slow, but then you end up being able to zip around like this by the end of the game with the upgrades like the multiple jumps and the grappling hook. But because it's slowly rolled out to you over the course of the game, it's just way cooler. It's like unlocking the prawn suit in Subnautica and learning to use the hooks. It's Metroidvania-y, like getting new tools allows you to reach previously inaccessible areas. You unlock these little thingies too, your left-hand items, most of which's primary use is, again, unlocking those previously inaccessible cubbies, like blowing up a cracked wall with a bomb or melting amber away with the blight bombs. My favourites are probably these grapple seeds. Chuck them at the suction cups on the walls, they'll bloom and you can grapple to them. And when you do it all mid-air, it's very satisfying. Simply getting around feels gratifying. Just moving has a sense of progression, and that's awesome in of itself, but I love the diversity of creatures and visual styles of these areas. It never felt repetitive, and I actually felt compelled to just roam around collecting all the little goos and the alien alloys. You have a silly AI companion who will guide you through your journey, as well as mock you every single time you die. A running theme in this game's story is like corporate greed and how replaceable you are to the company you work for. This companion, Echo, reinforces that a lot.
Kindred says I need to read you a 400-page waiver absolving of all responsibility. I speed read it.
There is a setting to turn down how talkative Echo is, which is a nice touch, but I left her cranked up because that's the way the game's meant to be played, and she's never so grating that it bothered me to the point where I even considered turning her down. Although sometimes I'd be like 5 minutes into climbing something, then fall to my death only for her to read me a poem about how I'm dying so much, which is certainly annoying, but like, what can you do? It got a chuckle out of me once or twice, but most of the time, it's just like chortle worthy. I do appreciate it keeps the tone of the game light, so I'd say that overall Echo enhances the game. The combat is fine, it's absolutely fine, it's perfect for what it is really. It's not really a combat centric game, but in the later areas you do get harassed by a lot more difficult to avoid enemies, I guess, which means that as the game goes on it does get more combat centric, so I guess I just lied. Yeah, it gets more combat centric as you go, which I wish you could play the game a bit more peacefully at times. Like, we get it, you can hit me all the way from over there, you've proved your point, but is this really worth dying for? I can kill you with one hit, it takes you like 48 shots to kill me. So aside from these cunts, the emphasis is more on traversal and exploration than intense combat, which thankfully is where the game shines, as well as all the funny shit you see, like the birds farting out carbon when you feed them, or how you can shred them in these thingies. Well, you literally have to do that to access certain areas.
Eat it! I like these things. Feed another one.
There's a handful of mini-bosses and an even smaller handful of actual bosses. The mini-bosses are more fun in my opinion, just because they're quicker. The actual bosses are much spongier and are often just sort of something to look at, but they're not all that interesting to fight, especially the final boss, whose area is dark and boring, just floor after floor of similar looking architecture. It pales in comparison to the rest of the game, is I guess that's why it's frustrating to me. In the starting area, you can hear distant growls from what seems to be this huge beast, but you never actually see it. Because I got Subnautica on the brain, I hear big creature sounds and look over my shoulder, but you never really stumble across anything that makes you on edge. I think it would be cool if you could come across some freakier predators, but everything is very easy to dispatch in this game. So there's rarely a sense of threat, except for when you're getting lampooned by like 17 different things at once, which doesn't happen often. There is a loosely structured narrative, but the plot is very light, mostly just a means to give your character an in-universe reason to explore. There is optional lore via logs and environmental storytelling, but like, it's not really all that grandiose, to be honest. It's a lot of epic visual flair, and it's great in the moment, but certainly nothing profound. I hate to bring it up again, but not really, so I'm gonna... Revealing the story of 4546B in Subnautica left a mark on me, and there's so much visual storytelling in that game that it is legitimately powerful. I won't spoil because you didn't click on this video for Subnautica, but I'll get around to it one day, I promise. Here, I didn't really give much of a shit about the story. I just loved being in this world. It's just great to look at, fun to zip around. Because it's a shorter game, I near on 100%ed it within like 12 hours. I imagine it's pretty replayable. I did enjoy it so much that I kind of wanted to replay it, but then I saw that they just released a sequel, so I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to play that now too. Silly me, and I absolutely will. I'll get around to it shortly, but until then, thank you for watching. Stay tuned.